From the corner of her eye, she spotted it, a black bird, small yet fierce, with eyes like stars. The bird took off in a flash of shadow, leaving behind a single feather, dark as night, yet shimmering with silver light. Back in her room, the mirror trembled. Not her reflection, but a shadow behind her. The bird, watching. The feather began to glow, softly at first, then brighter. It rose above the desk and spun like a compass searching for direction. But where was it pointing? The light spilled over her notebook, and lines began to appear. A map drawn in glowing ink, showing a forest she had never seen before. She knew it made no sense, but something deep inside whispered louder than fear. That night, under the silver moon, Sara packed a bag. She stepped between the roots, and the world changed. Colors danced in the air. The wind sang. This wasn't just a forest, it was something else entirely. Every step deeper into the forest felt like stepping into a dream. Stones floated gently in the air, humming in rhythm with her heartbeat. Between two old trunks, a door of pure light flickered into view. No hinges, no handle, just light, waiting. Instinctively, Sara lifted the feather. A beam of blue light shot forward, and the glowing door pulsed, opening silently like it had been sealed for 1,000 years. What lay beyond was breathtaking, a garden floating in the sky, petals the size of pillows, and tiny glowing insects. One flower, larger than the rest, slowly bloomed. Inside, a glowing symbol shimmered. Old, powerful, and familiar. Echoes of Noor. A ghostly image of Noor, her feathered friend, appeared in midair. No sound, just presence. She hovered, then vanished like mist. The garden shimmered and two bridges rose from the clouds. One shone with warm light. With the same courage she carried from the beginning, she took the first step, not knowing what awaited her. From within the mystery, a new face emerged. He didn't know his name, but he knew her. The fear she once buried returned with a whisper, but this time she wasn't alone. The weight was shared, and that changed everything. As fear crept in like a shadow, the feather in her hand pulsed with warmth, not to harm, but to heal. The voice that echoed wasn't just hers anymore. It resonated between them, a beacon of hope trying to reach two hearts lost in different storms. One cracked and fell, like the past they tried to hold on to. Now survival meant letting go and facing what's next together. Rain saw a path to safety and ran, but Sara stood still. To her, this wasn't an escape. It was the moment to prove who she truly was. Words turned sharp, trust wavered. Between them rose a wall built of fear. Yet in its cracks, a seed of understanding waited to grow. The truth came, not with comfort, but with clarity. It hurt to hear, but in that pain, the path forward became clearer than ever before. One tear slid down, not from weakness, but from understanding. Between shadow and light, a friendship was born in silence. They stepped onto ground where time stood still. The guardians did not speak, but their silence demanded a price paid in truth. From the midst of the stillness, she emerged, Ilara, the warden. Her gaze pierced the soul. She asked nothing. She waited. Her words were not lies, but twisted truths wrapped in silk. She offered freedom, but at the cost of something precious. The staircase curled upward like a serpent of stone. Every step forward echoed with whispers from below, memories clawing at their heels. A flash returned, faces lost in the past. Not all were enemies. Some who vanished had stood beside him, once as friends. Rain faltered. Sara reached out. In that pause, trust met doubt. The decision was made, but the darkness was far from gone. The light struck deep, revealing scars even Rain had forgotten. He was not just haunted, he was a part of what they feared. His voice broke the silence. He told her everything. The truth didn't erase his past, but it gave her the chance to choose. Forgiveness didn't come, not yet. They walked in opposite directions. The bond between them stretched but not severed. Alone, he looked inward. To be free from darkness, he had to leave behind the part of him that still clung to shadows. He stood by the crumbling cliff like a statue waiting to be remembered. His face was unfamiliar, but his presence felt like fate. With a calm voice, he offered a path. It glowed like hope, but even light can be a disguise when the heart is uncertain. All paths vanished except one. It looked wrong, felt wrong, but sometimes the most dangerous choice is the only one left. As she stepped forward, the stranger smiled, but it cracked. She saw the mask beneath, but too late. The trap had already begun. Her mind twisted, memories flooded, false and real. She wasn't just lost in place, she was lost in time. He looked like Rain, spoke like him, but his eyes lacked the weight of truth. The greatest lies wear the kindest faces. Out of the spiral, a quiet glow. Noor appeared like a whisper of hope. She didn't fight. She reminded. Sara screamed. Not in fear, but in awakening. The illusion cracked. The prison was never real. It lived inside her all along. They reached it, massive, ancient. The true gate wasn't built from stone, but from every fear they refused to face. There was no bridge, only air and dread. To cross, they had to leap, not over space, but over everything they'd buried. It had no face, no name. It was pain, loss, guilt. She was there, not bound by chains, but by forgetting. Noor's prison was her silence, and it was time to break it. They stood together, three broken hearts with one purpose. It wasn't magic that ended the darkness. It was their pain, shared and seen.